This defendant came in pretending to be entitled, but the judge was not okay with that. See how the judge slams him and put him in his place.
Is calling 2025 CR 000220, State versus Jerry Kyler McGee. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Ron Ross.
All right. Are you Mr. McGee?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You entered a plea of guilty to count 1. Count 2 was waived without objection. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision. So state, you are opposed. Why are you opposed?
Well, what's going on in this week last year, it's resulted in what could reasonably be described as a crime rate. Not the worst crime rate that Bear County has ever experienced. Crime rate.
Just one moment. Excuse me, counsels. If y'all could step back, I'm trying to hear. Thank you.
These offenses stretch up to October 31st of 2024. So from the state's perspective, it seems that the only reason that Mr. McGee can commit additional offenses is because he has been confined. The state doesn't see considerable evidence to indicate that probation is appropriate in this instance because the state does not perceive much evidence that absent confinement, Mr. McGee will keep on the straight and narrow, which is why the state believes that supervision is not appropriate in this instance.
All right. All right. Defense.
Judge, may I ask my client some questions?
Yes. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jerry Kyler McGee.
All right. How old are you, Jerry?
33.
What kind of education do you have?
I have a bachelor's degree in biology and a double minor in mathematics and chemistry.
Okay. What is your work history?
I've worked for myself and as well as a few different laboratories and medical sales companies here in town. And that's kind of what I specialize in.
Here in town, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have you lived here all your life?
No, sir. I came to San Antonio in 2015 to attend a master's degree program and as well as work.
Did you ever leave San Antonio?
I left San Antonio for 1 year. I went to Waco, Texas for 1 year.
When did you return?
When I returned is when right about December of 2023.
About a year ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you married?
Yes, sir.
When you went to Waco, did your wife go with you?
She did.
Do you have any children?
I have a daughter. She's about to be 2 years old.
Okay, and when you returned to San Antonio, did you return with your wife and your child?
I did not.
Why not?
We were getting a divorce.
And where does she live now?
She lives in West Texas.
Do you see your child
I do.
very often?
As often as I can.
Okay, when you returned to San Antonio, were you able to get a job?
No, I was having a tough time finding a job.
Did you have a place to stay when you moved here?
I did.
Okay, and so how did you get into, you've had several incidences here. Most of them are misdemeanors or they're state jail felonies, small things, but how did you get into doing three different instances? How did you get into that?
I've just fell into the wrong route, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I shouldn't have been hanging around the people that I was with, and committing the same crimes that I've been charged with. I was down on my luck. I couldn't find a job, and I was doing what anything possible to do what I needed to do to make money. And that was wrong of me. And but I know that I deserve probation, and I really know that I can take classes and do community service and be responsible about it. And I know it's something I can complete because I have done it before, and I know I can do it again. I hope the court grant leniency on me for that.
And also a job. You need a job. Are you going to be able to get a job?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
One way or the other, you're going to have to work. If you can't get a job in your field, you're going to have to get a job.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
willing to do that?
Yes, sir, I am.
You understand if you're given probation, you mess up, you come back, you're gonna go to prison.
I do, and that will not happen.
Have you ever had probation except the one case 10 years ago? You ever had probation?
I've never been in trouble in my life. Besides it.
You ever been to prison?
I've never been to prison. No, sir.
Never been to jail more than a few days on these cases?
I never, no, sir. This is the longest time I've ever been in jail, a little over 3 months.
Yeah, and what is the situation on your divorce with your wife? Has anybody filed?
Yes, filed. So we're currently, when I get out of here, it'll be finalized.
You're asking for probation.
I am asking for probation. Yes.
Probation's not easy.
I know it's not easy, but you know, I am a strict man. I've decided this is not for me, and I understand that I can't complete it. I come from a great family. I've got a great backing behind me, a great family behind me, and I know it's something that I can complete with in a timely manner and complete it successfully very easily.
Judge, I would ask you to give him probation, and I'd like to point out that the cases that we're going forward on.
Just one second. Do you have any questions? All right, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
You said you deserve probation.
Sure.
What does that mean? That you deserve probation?
I feel like it's something that I deserve. I have not. My past history has shown that I have not, committed crimes. My whole life.
I just find that sort of like a weird
No, I would
statement.
appreciate. It's probably a better word for it. Yes, ma'am.
Because
It's
people,
something I don't deserve. Yeah, I
because
give
people
it.
deserve in Bear County, people deserve people not to commit crimes.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to go off the record. All right, the court has reviewed the supplemental. And defense, you wanted to add something?
Yes, Judge, the reports between the narratives and when they list the people involved, there's been some conflict between the different reports. They referred to my clients S1, S2, and I think at one time S3, and they've used the word P1, P2, and P3, and D1, and D3, I believe. We will stipulate that in this case, in fact, my client was the passenger in the car. He was the one that had the drugs. And I think that some of the reports refer to him as S2.
So do you understand your attorney's stipulations, and do you stipulate to what your counsel has just stated for the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else from either side?
State.
I would just ask you, Judge, to give my client probation. And what he did was he's not done anything that was aggressive or use of aggravated. They're third-degree offenses or state jail offenses, the several different ones he had. He's testified he's had a bad year last year, mentally, emotionally. He has no prior. He has an education. He can go out and get a job. I would ask you to give him a chance on probation. And if you really want to hold a hammer on him, we didn't apply for it, but give him deferred. Really hold a hammer on him. But I don't see any reason for prison for him. I think he can get his life squared away.
All right, the court will note that he's charged with possession of drugs and not possession with intent to deliver. The court will note that there may have been some slight confusion with the police report and the way the police report was written. So the person who is in the vehicle with you, who is she to you, or who was she to you?
She was just a friend.
No, I mean, you just don't roll around in a stolen car with just a friend.
If you look at it, I was actually running, was working out, and she picked me up in that car. So I was in the car for maybe 2 blocks.
Oh, so do you want a jury trial? Because if you're in the car for 2 blocks and you just get in a car with a complete stranger, which, how old are you?
33.
All right, you're 33. I've never heard of somebody running and just picking up letting a complete stranger pick them up unless they had some nefarious things in mind. Here's the thing. If these drugs were found in the vehicle, they were not found on your person. Do you want a jury trial? Because you're telling me now you've gone from I deserve probation to Basically, I didn't do it. I just completed my workout and I'm running, I guess, as a
No,
part of
I
it.
I had a bag in the vehicle. I knew who she was. I had a bag in the vehicle that she just came out, and like I didn't expect her to be driving. She just came out.
No, here's the thing. We're not dealing with a stolen vehicle. What we're dealing with is you're in a vehicle with a lot of drugs.
Yes.
So what you just told me, and if I heard incorrectly, please correct me. I take no offense to it. You told me you had just finished working out. You barely know this person and they picked you up. So you got in a vehicle with them. Did I mishear?
That's what he said. That's what you said. That's correct. He also said he had a bag with him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I had a bag in the car.
So these are your drugs.
Portion of them this time.
So why do you have drugs?
Hmm?
Why do you have drugs?
I was pulling down on myself and using the wrong exits to do it. Getting a clear conscience now and having a time to reflect on it. I know it was a dumb decision and it's something I'm never going to do again.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. I'm going to give you a choice. I will sentence you to 2 years in the prison today, or either I will place you on 8 years probation. Oh, so here's the thing. We don't need people in the background telling him what to do. This is not The Price is Right. All right, so what would you? All right. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though the probation officer is not addressing those issues, you can come back to the court and address them with the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
My name is Happy. I upload courtroom video for education purpose. This video may contain copyrighted works not specifically authorized for use, but believed in good faith to be protected by the Fair Use Doctrine under Section 107 of U.S. copyright law.